Listening test instructions. The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 6 parts in listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once.
Hey, you look concerned. What's on your mind?
The final exam. I'm not fully prepared yet.
Well, don't worry too much. You still have 3 days.
Yeah, but 3 days will fly past in a wink.
Well, you still have time to cram things in your brain anyway.
Question 1. Why is the man looked worried?
You will hear a conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Good afternoon. I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me today. I understand you've been concerned about the littering in the park. Can you tell me more about the situation?
Absolutely. The park was always a place we could enjoy without worrying about trash, but in the past year or so, it's become quite a problem. It seems like there's litter scattered everywhere. Plastic bottles, wrappers, even larger items like old furniture and broken toys.
That does sound frustrating. We've heard similar complaints from other residents. How frequently are you seeing this issue?
It's pretty much every day now. Even when there's been a cleanup event, it only takes a couple of days before the trash starts piling up again. It feels like a never-ending cycle. I believe the main reason is that there aren't enough waste bins in the park, and people don't seem to have anywhere to dispose of their garbage.
That's a valid point. We've been considering adding more waste and recycling bins to areas that see higher foot traffic. Do you think that would help alleviate the problem?
It might help, but I'm not so sure it's enough. We need to get the community more involved. People need to feel responsible for keeping the park clean. Perhaps we could initiate some educational programs or partner with local schools to raise awareness about the importance of keeping our environment clean.
What does the community member imply about the effectiveness of past cleanup efforts? What can be inferred about the community member's perspective on community involvement? How does the community member perceive the root cause of the littering issue?
You will hear the second section of the conversation shortly.
I like where you're heading with this. Engaging the community is essential. In fact, we've been exploring partnerships with schools for educational workshops. How would you feel about a volunteer program where residents could sign up to help with regular cleanups?
That sounds promising. A volunteer program could be a great idea, but we'd need to ensure people actually participate. Maybe we could set up some kind of incentive, like recognizing the top contributors in the community center, or offering small rewards like free passes to local events.
That's a creative approach. Rewarding people could certainly help maintain their interest and motivate consistent participation. I'll bring this suggestion to our team to see if we can integrate it into our current park maintenance strategy. In the meantime, would you be open to helping draft a proposal for a pilot cleanup event?
Absolutely, I'd love to help with that. I think if we show people that maintaining the park is a collective effort, it might make a bigger impact. The idea of having a kickoff event with a small ceremony and refreshments could also encourage more people to join in.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Creating an inviting atmosphere will definitely attract more volunteers. Let's brainstorm what would make an initial cleanup event successful and how we can publicize it effectively.
Maybe we could reach out to local media outlets and social media influencers who care about community welfare. A few posts could spread the word quickly, and we could even create a hashtag for people to share their own cleanup efforts.
Why does the community member propose using incentives? Why does the city official believe an inviting atmosphere is important? What is the shared goal of both participants in the discussion?
You will hear the third section of the conversation shortly.
That's an excellent idea. If we get local influencers on board, it could reach a much larger audience, especially younger residents who are active on social media. Now, we also need to consider the logistics of these events. Do you think we should provide the cleaning supplies, or should we encourage volunteers to bring their own?
Providing supplies would be ideal. It removes any barriers for participation. If we make it easy for people to join in, more people will likely take part. Plus, we could have branded t-shirts or vests that volunteers could wear during the cleanup to build a sense of unity.
That's a great touch. Uniforms would create a strong visual presence and foster a feeling of pride. I can check with our budget office to see if we have the resources to cover these costs. If not, we might need to consider fundraising or sponsorships from local businesses.
I think local businesses might be willing to sponsor the event, especially if they know it benefits their community's environment. Perhaps we could offer to include their names on a banner or social media posts in exchange for their support.
I'm confident this approach will have a positive impact. We'll take the ideas we've discussed today and develop an action plan. Thank you for your input and willingness to collaborate on this. It's partnerships like these that make a real difference in our communities.
I'm excited to see how this will unfold. Let's get started as soon as possible to get the ball rolling.
Absolutely. I'll be in touch soon with a detailed plan. Thank you again for your dedication.
What might motivate local businesses to sponsor the event? Why does the city official want to check with the budget office?
You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hey James, I wanted to talk to you about the community service project I've been thinking about. You know, we've been looking for ways to give back to the community. Do you have a moment?
Sure, Emma. I'm all ears. What do you have in mind?
Well, I've been brainstorming some ideas, and I think it would be great to organize a cleanup event at the local park. It's one of the busiest places in our neighborhood, but it's been looking pretty neglected lately. What do you think?
I love that idea. I walk through that park all the time. And yeah, it definitely needs some TLC. What kind of cleanup are you thinking? Just picking up trash, or do you want to do more?
I think we should start with trash collection, but I also thought it would be great to plant some trees or flowers. We could partner with the local garden center for that. It would really brighten up the place, and it could make a big difference.
That sounds amazing. Adding some greenery would definitely make the park more inviting. What do you need help with? I can probably spread the word around, maybe even get some friends to join us.
That would be awesome. The more people we can get involved, the better. I think we'll need some volunteers for the actual cleanup, but we'll also need supplies, like trash bags, gloves, and tools for planting. I was planning on reaching out to a few local businesses for donations, but your help with the volunteer side would be great.
I can definitely help with that. I know a few people who would love to join a community project. When are you thinking of holding the event?
I was thinking next Saturday. That gives us a little time to prepare, and I'm hoping for good weather. How does that work for you?
Next Saturday works for me. I'll get started on gathering some volunteers, and maybe we can get a flyer to post around the neighborhood to get the word out.
Perfect. I'll take care of the supplies and reach out to the garden center. Let's touch base again later this week to finalize everything.
Sounds like a plan. I'm excited. This is going to be a great way to bring the community together.
Agreed. Thanks for being on board, James. I can't wait to see how it all comes together.
Why does James support Emma's idea? What does Emma's tree planting plan suggest? What is James's primary role? Why does Emma contact businesses? What does James's response reflect?
You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Good afternoon. I understand you're exploring career paths in the field of science. How are you feeling about your options?
Hi, Professor. Yes, I'm trying to figure out where I want to go. I'm interested in science, but there are so many directions to choose from. I don't know if I should focus on research, teaching, or something else.
It's definitely a big decision, but you're in a great place to start exploring. Let's think about what draws you most to science. Do you enjoy hands-on lab work, or are you more excited by theoretical concepts and problem solving?
I think I'm more into solving complex problems and thinking about theories. I really like analyzing data and drawing conclusions from it.
That's a great insight. Based on that, research roles in academia or industry might be a strong fit. In research, you could work on projects that require both innovative thinking and data analysis. Have you considered opportunities in fields like data science or computational biology?
I haven't really thought about data science before, but it does sound interesting. Is it more focused on software and coding?
It does involve coding, but it's so much more than that. Data science is about interpreting vast amounts of information to inform decisions, which could be applied to anything from healthcare to environmental studies. Your analytical skills would be invaluable there.
That sounds exciting. What about teaching, though? I've always enjoyed helping classmates understand difficult concepts.
Teaching can be incredibly rewarding, especially at the college level or in specialized training programs. It lets you combine your passion for science with the ability to inspire others and cultivate their curiosity. You could also consider teaching while continuing your research, which is common in academic positions.
That makes sense. Thanks for explaining that. It helps a lot to see the options laid out this way.
Anytime. Remember, no path is set in stone. Gaining experience through internships or research projects can be a great way to see what excites you the most. Keep exploring, and you'll find the right fit.
Why does the professor mention internships? What motivates the student to consider teaching? What skill makes data science appealing to the student? Why does the professor ask about lab work or theory? What does the professor suggest about teaching and research? Why might computational biology suit the student?
You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu.
In a significant move aimed at combating the escalating climate crisis, lawmakers have passed groundbreaking legislation that is set to reshape environmental policy nationwide. The new law, which has been in the works for months, targets major contributors to greenhouse gas emissions with a sharp focus on industries such as energy, transportation, and manufacturing. It mandates a progressive reduction in carbon emissions by 2030, setting ambitious but crucial targets for carbon neutrality by 2050. Under this law, companies are now required to adopt cleaner technologies, report their environmental impact more transparently, and contribute to carbon offset programs. To ensure compliance and incentivize green innovation, the law introduces a combination of penalties for non-compliance and tax breaks for businesses that meet or exceed emission reduction goals. Supporters argue that the legislation is essential for curbing the effects of global warming, pointing to the severe weather patterns, rising sea levels, and wildfires that have intensified in recent years as undeniable signs of the need for urgent action. Critics, however, raise concerns about potential economic strain, particularly for small enterprises and workers in high-emission sectors who may face job displacement. Yet, the administration has pledged substantial investment in training programs and renewable energy initiatives to smooth the transition and foster sustainable job creation. The law's passage follows extensive public consultations and fierce debate among lawmakers, demonstrating a shift in priorities towards long-term environmental sustainability. While challenges remain in balancing economic and ecological interests, this policy is poised to set a precedent for future climate actions, both domestically and globally, potentially inspiring similar legislative efforts in other nations committed to fighting climate change.
You will listen to a 2 minutes video. Then 8 questions appear. Choose the best way to answer each question.
All right, team, we need to come up with something exciting to attract more customers to the shop and increase sales. Any ideas?
How about a book launch event? We could invite local authors or even some well-known writers for book signings. I think people love meeting the authors behind the stories.
That's a great idea, Mark. We could promote it on social media, invite influencers to create buzz around it. But we also need something more interactive. People love experiences, right? We could host a book-themed escape room challenge. It would tie in with the books we sell and make it fun for everyone.
I like where you're going with this, Chloe. An escape room could draw in younger crowds and families. But maybe we should also have something a bit more relaxed for older customers. What if we organized a literary tea event? We could pair different teas with books and invite people for an afternoon of reading and discussion.
I think that would be perfect for a Sunday afternoon. And for a fun twist, we could hold a book-themed trivia night. Maybe customers can team up and test their knowledge of literature. We could offer discounts or free books to the winning team.
I'm loving these ideas. We could also run a blind date with a book promotion, wrap books in paper, and write a few clues about the story inside. It's a quirky way to encourage customers to step out of their usual reading habits.
All of these sound fantastic. Maybe we should also think about offering loyalty rewards, like if people come to 3 events, they get a free book or a special discount. This could keep them engaged and coming back for more.
Definitely, Sophia. We can also collaborate with local cafes or restaurants to offer discounts for customers who buy a book. This would create a sense of community and strengthen our partnerships with other local businesses.
Yes. And we can do a countdown to the event day, building anticipation. Every week, we could reveal new surprises or exclusive perks, like early access to events or special book bundles.
Perfect. Let's start working on the details. We'll make this event something unique that no one will want to miss. Thanks for your ideas, team.
You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question from the drop-down menu.
Imagine transforming your living space into a thriving oasis of greenery, even in the heart of a bustling city. Urban gardening is a powerful way to reclaim underutilized spaces like balconies, rooftops, and small courtyards to grow fresh produce, beautify surroundings, and contribute to environmental sustainability. This practice not only connects people with nature, but also addresses urban challenges, such as food insecurity and air pollution. With innovative methods like vertical gardening, container planting, and hydroponics, even the smallest spaces can become lush gardens, teeming with fruits, vegetables, and flowers. Urban gardening fosters community spirit through shared projects and local farmers markets, encouraging neighbors to bond over sustainable practices. Additionally, it promotes mental well-being by offering a therapeutic escape from the daily grind, allowing individuals to nurture plants and enjoy the satisfaction of harvesting their own food. As cities grow, incorporating greenery becomes vital for maintaining ecological balance, reducing urban heat, and improving air quality. The benefits extend beyond aesthetics. Urban gardening contributes to a healthier lifestyle, providing access to organic produce and reducing dependency on store-bought goods. It's an opportunity to educate children about sustainability and instill a sense of responsibility for the environment. By adopting urban gardening, individuals take a step towards self-reliance while supporting global efforts to combat climate change. It's not just about growing plants. It's about cultivating a sustainable future where urban landscapes thrive in harmony with nature. With basic tools, a little creativity, and some guidance, anyone can join the movement and make a positive impact on their community and the planet. So, whether you're a seasoned gardener or a beginner, urban gardening invites you to explore a rewarding journey of growth, innovation, and connection, proving that even the smallest patch of land can flourish.